Hi, I'm Janna-What, a self-love life coach. The human brain is so fascinating to me, and it's become very spoiled. All of our human brains are spoiled in this day and age because if we want something to drink, we can get water right out of the faucet inside of our home. If we want food, we just open the fridge. We're not out hunting for our next meal. If we want to find out some information, we just pull out our phones and boop, boop, boop. We can learn anything that we want. We're so spoiled. And so that's a great thing, a great blessing, but it means that our brains do not want to be uncomfortable ever. So the main three things that our brains have been wired to do is to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and be efficient. So our brain is always trying to avoid pain. So when pain comes up or we are uncomfortable, our brain's like, we're not doing that. Especially when in this day and age, it's easy to try to feel good all the time. We have instant access to shopping, Netflix, social media, all these things to take our attention off of what's going on inside of us. But if we end up if we're all alcoholics or if we're all drug addicts and if we're all in debt because we've just been spending and ignoring ourselves, then we're not doing ourselves any favor. So let's just flip things around and decide what to do with a negative emotion. There's a total science behind this, okay? When you are able to look at the emotion and just accept it, allow it, welcome it into your body, then at most, it only takes about 90 seconds to let it process through, and then it moves on, okay? So what is an emotion? It's just your brain releasing chemicals. So most of the negative emotions release chemicals that land probably in your chest if you're feeling frustrated or angry or anxiety, and in your throat and in your stomach. So since I deal with anxiety, I'm really good at explaining this. When I start feeling anxiety, number one, I just name it. Like, oh, okay, here's the anxiety. It's coming up for me. I'm not surprised. Hello, welcome in. And I locate it. So I feel the anxiety. I pretend I can see it in my throat, dripping green, acidic lava into my chest and into my stomach. So you locate it in your body. You give it a color, like green. The consistency, hot lava, acid-like. What's the texture? Slimy, goopy, and it is hot. So as I just slow things down and think about what is physically, scientifically happening in my body, I just pretend that this is what anxiety looks like for me. I think about this, and it only lasts like 90 seconds, and then the anxiety is done. So when your brain is sending down chemicals in your body, sending you emotions, and then when you're able to look at the emotion, your brain's like, oh, she got the memo. We can stop sending down these chemicals. And then you stop feeling all this pressure or the tenseness that happens within your body. You can do this with any negative emotion. But so often when we start to feel anxiety, then we get anxiety about our anxiety. We're like, oh no, here comes anxiety. And we start to tense up and we get nervous, like, oh my gosh, what if I have an anxiety attack? And so then we're just layering negative emotion on top of negative emotion. But when we just slow it down, let's just stop layering the negative things. Let's just deal with the core problem. I'm gonna feel some anxiety right now. Okay, bring it on. And when I do this, the anxiety doesn't last all day. The anxiety doesn't last all night and keep me up. I just process it in the moment, and then the brain's like, okay, she's good for now. And maybe the anxiety comes up, at certain points during the day, but it's not something that I'm carrying around with me all day, every day. It's not even something that I have to take medication for on a daily basis. So try feeling your feelings, because that's what feelings are for. Feelings are for feeling. And if you want some more help with this, I would love to help you. You can schedule a free consultation to see how I can help you at my website, which is coachwithjanna.com.